Hey, it's Jason, your GM, editor, and folklore enthusiast. Thanks for listening to Memester of the Week. Sorry if this episode's audio is a little bit rough. It'll be back to normal next episode. Special thanks to @Centaur's_Top_Hats on Twitter. I named an NPC after you, so I hope you think they're neat. If you would like to be an NPC, no, I'm not going to turn anyone into an NPC. But if you would like to be... Nope, still not the right sentence. If you would like to have an NPC named after you, follow us on Facebook or Twitter @MemsterOTWPod. Alright, enough jaw flapping. On to the episode for you to hear more of my jaw flapping. Bye! The first thing I wanted to talk about was I discovered something reading rulebooks that I wanted to present to y'all. Under Investigative Mystery, there's another thing called Investigative Mystery Flexible Alternative. And as it says, it's a different way of doing investigative mystery. And instead of having to go through the list of questions, sometimes it might work better if you don't feel like the general list of questions makes sense for what you're trying to ask. You could just ask from this kind of scenario. And it says on a 10 plus, you get 2 general questions and 1 specific question. Based on how you're investigating, I tell you honestly what you might find out. On a 7 to 9, you get 1 general question. And on a miss, you get 1 general question, but get to answer it as I wish, and regardless of what happens, something bad happens. And so, how do you guys feel about that idea?
I feel like that's a useful tool to have because I have found occasions where investigative mysteries, stock questions, we have to kind of play a little bit of Calvin Ball with in order to get what we want out of it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too.
So, are we thinking about switching it to just using the flexible alternative, or
I think it should be a use investigative mysteries normal list of questions as a baseline, and if you can't find that list of questions works for you, then flexible alternative is also in play. So you can just switch between it as you need. So I want to start with Palmer, actually, if that's all right.
Sarah, I totally thought that was Amelia's character.
No? So Palmer, you guys are back in town, back in Ellendale, after the events of Sleepy Hollow and everything. And I just was wondering, what does Palmer do on a regular day off?
I mean, it probably largely depends on what Journey does.
Mm-hmm. What is Journey doing?
Doug, you know she's working on her social media game. That's the whole point here.
That's all she does.
Yeah.
What's
the recent revelations of your character have not affected your free time at all?
No, because she wants that ad revenue, but she is a little traumatized, but she still wants that ad revenue.
That's so good. What's the name of the latest video you guys are working on?
Oh God.
If it's not Magic is Real, what the fuck? Then
it was called Sleepy Hollow Travel Vlog. In parentheses, capital letters, haunted corn maze with 4 exclamation marks.
Wonderful.
But there probably wasn't actually any footage of the corn maze in the video. She just wanted to throw that in there for
Yeah, there was
clicks.
There was a good long shot of the corn maze.
Yeah. You just have to trust me on this, guys. It's totally haunted.
Super haunted. Yeah, there's a long shot of the corn maze before, when you guys arrive, and then there's a long shot of the field where the corn maze was.
Burned to the ground.
And a mysterious fire overnight. We don't know what happened. That's very good. So, Palmer, you've been hanging out with Journey for a while, and you're just going to go back to your hut. Your hut, your shack. I think we described it as like a like little shack that you have in the woods that's like partially dilapidated, but that suits you just fine. So you get a bunch of flowers, and you kind of like set them all down in a circle outside of your house, like, and then you like sleep overnight. Yeah, you wake up and you walk outside, and instead of like your normal missive of like a lotus flower, you see a daffodil. I think Palmer would just see it as, okay, different flower. That's strange, but like wouldn't know any significance to that. And so you'd pick it up, and instead of it unfolding, a breeze blows by and all the seeds kind of blow away. And then you see in the grass in front of you, the seeds kind of form a message that just says, the wild hunt will come for you.
Bro, they threatening me? The fuck, dude? After all I've done for you?
After all three things?
After all many attempts and no successes? All right, noted.
Yeah. And so just like what that means mechanically is right now, your boss from beyond move just doesn't work.
Okay.
Faking is not necessarily pleased with Palmer's actions. And so that'll be something that will be addressed.
Well, I mean, all that really was them telling me what to do. So, you don't get to tell me what to do anymore. I think she like kicks the seeds around so that it doesn't spell the message anymore. Blows a raspberry.
Whatever, losers.
Respells it like people do with the signs, like the McDonald's signboards. Just say like a naughty word or something.
Okay, so now we're going to skip forward actually. And it's been probably a few months. I'm thinking that it would take place around like now time or like early spring. Let's get into our new Miss Starry. Welcome to the small town of Cheddar Bay.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, I have to ask. Do they have the biscuits?
Do they have the biscuits? They might, but they do have an Applebee's.
That's not where you get the biscuits. I'm immediately disappointed.
Applebee's has decent mozzarella sticks, at least.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, neato. Okay, now I see.
Oh, okay.
Applebee's.
Okay. I love Cheddar Bay. This is delightful. There's a whole candy cane tower and a Hershey's.
Yeah. And a giant red splotch of blood in the water.
Just the way we like it.
Very good.
Delightful.
I do love the legend of this town's map. Entries such as police station, hotel, what's its name? Fitton residence, Applebee's, docks and lighthouse.
Yeah, and the lighthouse isn't even a thing on the legend because it's just an arrow to the lighthouse.
Yeah, he's just didn't even bother.
It's saying the lighthouse is demarked by a red arrow pointing to the left, but I don't see one of those anywhere on the map.
I just see this lighthouse.
Strange.
Is the lighthouse where we go to summon the lighthouse?
Oh my god.
Gotta find that Applebee's.
Does the Applebee's have outdoor seating with a nice view of the bay?
Of course it does.
Okay, great. When the time comes, when we're all at that Applebee's, we are sitting there.
Yes.
Because I gotta get that aesthetic, the good pictures.
Yeah. That good salt spray.
Yes.
All right. What brings us to Cheddar Bay?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and read you the hook that brings you back. We see a small town by the sea. It's dark, almost midnight, but the half moon lights the streets just enough. There's a small bakery, Siobhan's Sweets, that's closed for the night. Placed up on the wall, we see a plaque that's gilded with silver. It reads, Bay's Best Biscuits, first place. We hear the glass door crack and then shatter to the floor. From over the counter, we see an imposing form, wrapped in a soaked trench coat, stride into the sweet shop, look around for a moment, and then grab the plaque from off the wall as they turn around and walk out of the shop and down the road towards the sea.
Not the biscuit trophy.
The biscuit plaque.
The biscuit plaque.
How dare you?
Oh, God, no! I do love that the biscuits in Cheddar Bay are the plot point.
They're the thing that we've sworn to protect. Is the biscuits.
Yeah.
The one sacred thing of Cheddar Bay. Not the bay itself.
Nope.
The cheddar. I moved here for the cheese, you see.
So we come to with Journey and Palmer. You guys are here in Cheddar Bay. Where do you think you guys would be hanging out?
Well, I think first I would want to go to the bay itself to take a bunch of selfies for the gram.
So you guys are on the beach, shooting your shots and whatnot, and around the corner walks your dad.
Oh, my dad! Like, okay, but how does he walk around the corner? Does he walk around the corner, like, threatening me? Does he walk around the corner, like, with a big smile on his face, like, surprise, daughter, it's so nice to see you? Like I gotta know, so I can plan my escape route.
Yeah, no, Detective Sitwell is here, and he's hanging out in his Hawaiian shirt and cargo shorts and mandals.
It's cold, right?
Socks with sandals. It's spring now, and he's on vacation, and he decided to take his daughter and her friend on vacation.
Oh, okay. So I know he's already here.
Together.
Yep.
Okay. And so, but this is another important point. Did he change after he got here, or did he wear that on the way over here?
Oh, he wore it on the plane.
Oh my God! Absolutely. Okay, well, Journey looks at her dad and kind of sighs, and she's like, why are you still wearing that? Are you cold?
What do you mean, sweetie? It's spring.
We're in Maine.
Spring in Maine is not spring.
Yeah, exactly.
He's on vacation, Brand. He does not care.
That's just winter too.
Winter plus.
Winter plus.
That
Winter, the DLC.
This is so funny. Like, this reveals my lack of knowledge of one, where Maine is.
Bro, hold on.
Bring it up there.
No. You can blame it on the dad. That's
And two, the climate of Maine in the spring. But I really love the idea that in the fiction, it's like, because Detective Sitwell never gets a vacation, he's like, I'm gonna fucking wear my vacation clothes.
Here we go. Weather in March in Maine. March is cold, even though it's the end of winter and begins the spring season. The average low temperatures are still well below freezing. While the average high temperatures are a chilly 34 degrees to 42 degrees Fahrenheit. It's cold.
Well, there you go. Mordicai still gets his winter fit.
Yeah, but I was going to say, you know what that means?
Winter
fit.
Different.
Rip to the rest of
global warming to rely on.
This man is built differently.
I'm crying.
Oh my god, it's so good.
How is our relationship between Journey's dad and Journey's weird foreign friend?
Yeah, I want to know that too.
That's a great question because you guys haven't interacted a whole lot, so I think that's up to you.
Oh, no.
Really, how you feel?
Well, how does he treat her?
I think he's like, well, she's weird, but okay, kind of
This is teenagers.
Yeah.
situation. He thinks. I think he thinks that like, oh well, you're a nice friend. you're a good friend for Journey, and so
What a nice girl. She's like micro vibrating the whole time she's on the plane. What a nice girl.
So Detective Sitwell like talks to you, Journey. It's like, oh hey, sweetie, how are you enjoying it? Do you like it here?
I mean, it's cold, and I haven't found a coffee shop yet. I could really go for a latte, like a hot latte. Do you want some coffee?
Yeah, coffee sounds great.
Okay.
Palmer, coffee.
I don't know what that stuff would do to me.
You've never had coffee before?
I haven't. I dislike its effects.
Oh, vegan. I understand. You kids and your diets.
Yeah.
You keep
Yeah, I think he's like, okay, yeah, that sounds great. Let's all go get some coffee. I think there's some up the road. And you guys start wandering up the road. And Mordecai and Dan, what are you guys doing? What are you up to?
Now, Dan's looking around and keeping an eye out for threats and basically just analyzing the way out of any particular situation, just in case things, shit hits the fan, if you will.
Cool.
But I don't know that he spent a lot of time around the ocean, if any. So I think he would be fascinated by it, and I think he would like to spend a lot of time looking at it and shit.
Aww.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute. I like it. Mordecai, what are you doing? You're hanging out with Dan, I assume.
Yeah, I'm telling Dan all about the wonders of the ocean, all the sea creatures that I'm familiar with.
Does that include cryptozoology and the nautically terrifying, or not?
I mean, that's kind of subjective, right?
Are you going to give Dan a fear of the ocean?
Yeah. So I'm regaling Dan the tale of Moby Dick and like the Kraken verbatim. I've committed it to memory, so he's afraid of whales and squids.
Okay, word. Now, I guess the whole time that you're telling me that story, I'm trying to figure out, like, what actually is that? Like, what kind of creature is that? Are Krakens real? I'm pretty sure they're not real. I don't know.
Yeah, and like at really random moments when Dan starts to talk to me, I'll just say, "No, Dan, call me Ishmael."
You already have a weird name.
Ishmael is now Mordecai's middle name. Mordecai Ishmael Bridges.
Love that.
He only uses his middle name when he's by the sea.
Mordecai's been practicing skateboarding a lot recently and just playing with Abby. So while I'm doing that, while I'm talking to Dan, I'm just gonna be practicing some moves and playing with my dog.
Yeah, I like this. I think that this is a good situation to kind of put you guys outside of this local coffee shop that's on the beachfront. And you guys see off in the distance a couple familiar faces. You see Mr. Sitwell, and then following not too close, but not far enough to lose him, Journey and Palmer.
Do we know they're here? Is this a surprise?
I think that this is a surprise to you guys. Also, what's the name of this coffee shop?
Coffee.
Cool feature.
CWAU.
SHAWP.
I've got it.
Coffee shop.
C is for coffee, but SEA.
Oh, that's
What?
very
Really
good.
stupid.
That's very good. C is for
it's
coffee.
not. No, it's actually not very good. It's decidedly not.
How about the ocean bean?
Ocean Bean is
I-
good. I like Ocean Bean.
Ocean Bean brought up some conflicting feelings in my brain.
All right, explain.
Do you need to work
No,
through it?
no,
Ocean Bean, take me by the bean. It just plays that on. It just plays that on loop.
it just plays Ocean Man, but
Oh,
slightly
God.
changed.
It's a
Like
meme.
force it,
Ocean
Their
Bean.
draw,
Take me
their
by the
poll
key.
is the meme. It's the meme element. We're now in the future where shops it's like petting the dog in video games. If your shop is not a meme, you're not going to have success.
That's so good.
It's true.
All right, Ocean Bean it is. You guys are outside the Ocean Bean.
Ocean Bean.
You could also call it salted caramel. But
Oh, the salted caramel latte is their specialty.
Oh,
That's
hell
it.
yeah.
That's their
Okay.
main. Yeah.
That's their
It-
main
actually-
thing.
It's
Sorry.
they put salt in everything. It's like you can't. There's salted mocha. It's salted cappuccino.
Can I
There's
get that
nothing in it.
salted great white?
There's always salt.
There you go.
The great white mocha.
Great white mocha.
Dude, we gotta write
We have-
these down.
We have to move to Maine.
We have to make a salt-based coffee shop called Coffee Bean. We have to commission someone to make a very good edit of Ocean Man.
And then the tagline is, it's bitter and beautiful.
Oh,
Wait, why is it bitter?
this is coffee.
Yeah.
Since they were putting sugar in the coffee, only salt.
Oh, this got a lot worse because my brain went to instead of like salted like sugary syrups, it's all like salt-based syrups, which is very bad.
Yeah, so it really brings out the bitterness of the coffee.
That's a food crime.
There's an audience for this.
Salted caramel is a thing. I mean, why not?
If there's an audience for this, it's in Maine.
Yeah.
That's true.
Anyways.
Every 10 coffees, you get a free oyster po' boy
Ew, all right, too much.
at your
Nasty.
coffee shop.
Nasty. Okay, we're there.
Ocean Bean.
All right, you guys are all outside the Ocean Bean and meeting up.
Dan's first thought is these have to be doppelgangers because I probably would have known. So I don't trust you guys at all.
Okay, well, I think that at least Journey has not turned around at all. She has her face pressed up against the glass, looking at the salted caramel latte and drooling. So it's gonna take a little bit of.
Ahoy, strange fellows.
Yo ho, yarg me hearties.
Journey hears Mordecai's voice and turns around really quickly and is like, "Oh, you guys are here too. Why?"
Just chilling. What are you? Hey, what are you guys doing here?
When
Are you
all
are
of
you
us
okay?
are together, strange things are sure to happen.
Yeah, Dan, I think now's a great time for you to roll your beginning in the mystery move.
So it is.
Oh.
She's just rubbing her hands together.
The
And here I thought this was going to be another boring trip. With the frizz?
with the frizz? No way.
All right, so that's a mixed success. So I think that a few days ago, you were in your dorm room, doing what you do, getting ready for a short break from school. I think you open up your bio textbook and you see a letter sitting next to your bookmark.
I quickly investigate for feathers because normally there's a bird involved with this process.
You see, on the like edge of your windowsill, like stuck into the window pane, is the feather of like an albatross.
So I opened the letter.
Yeah, it tells you that your services are needed in Cheddar Bay, Maine, and that they want you to solve the issue that is arising here and also collect some treasure for their own coffers.
Cheddar Bay, that can't be real.
Make us bank.
Mordecai, is Cheddar Bay real?
Big Dog, you're asking me that?
Let's jump back to the present, and you guys are on the beach outside of the Ocean Bean, and you see
Ocean Bean.
Take me by the bean. And Palmer asks you guys, what are you doing here? And you feel that letter in your pocket.
What is the equivalent of an insight check in this game? Is this... can I investigate a mystery and see what type of creature is it on Palmer?
I mean, you already know what kind of creature it is from Palmer.
Yeah,
I know
she's
what
a
creature.
bird.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Dan just finds it hard to believe that this coincidence that they would just end up in the same place. So,
Oh, yeah, because you're
Yeah.
He
suspicious of
thinks
it.
that I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Is what you're trying to say is that like you're suspicious that I am why you're
I'm-
here?
I'm suspicious, and or that you guys aren't actually Palmer and Journey and that you're doppelgangers or something. Here to get information out of me.
Cool.
So,
So what?
That's a good point.
You know what? Yeah. Roll investigate a mystery.
okay.
Oh no.
Congrats. There's no mystery here.
I don't feel like this is gonna go well.
It's just a beach episode.
Oh, okay. Phew.
Okay.
11.
All right. So, what question you have? Two questions. What question do you want to ask first?
Oh, word.
Or you can do the flexible alternative, and you get two general questions and one specific one.
No, I'll ask some stock questions. What sort of creature is it, and what is being concealed here?
Okay, so what sort of creature is it? You look at Palmer and Journey, and I think your eyes flash with like that familiar purple that you get when you use magic. And for just a second, you see Palmer exactly as she actually is, her normal Fey form, and you see that Journey is Journey.
Human.
Okay.
Yeah, regular.
Regular.
That'll ease Dan's concern a little bit because it's kind of hard to duplicate Palmer in Palmer's actual state.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, it like takes a deep breath and he's like, we heard there might be something going down around here and we came to check it out. Did you guys hear the same thing or what happened?
Oh God, not again. Why is it every time we meet up, there's just
We will absolutely participate. Sir Father, is it all right if we go with our friend?
Oh yeah. Are you two Journey's friends? He's talking to Palmer to Mordecai and Dan now.
Yeah, we met on fall break.
Oh yeah. Nice to meet you.
You remember those murders and stuff with like the dog?
Yeah, that was
We were involved.
That was a strange
that's
case
really-
to take care of.
I totally agree. It was weird for us too.
Yeah, we heard all about that.
We were there.
Oh yeah, you mean you guys were there when we were cracking the case and solving it? Yeah, that was around that time, wasn't it? Oh,
Yeah, Journey's documentary on it was so good that I felt like I was really there in the action.
But Dan.
But Mordecai,
Okay. So are you like on vacation?
Yeah. As you can tell, he like motions to his Hawaiian shirt.
And his like
bluish purple
His
fingers that are just freezing
his
over.
lips are blue.
Okay, Dad, let's get you inside the coffee shop. I'm sure you should, warm up and have a nice warm beverage. Please change.
I think at that moment, as you're like ushering Mr. Sitwell towards the door, we see a police car roll by and go up the street.
Scatter.
Scatter,
No, you don't need to.
I like go completely still because I can only see movement.
What's wrong with you guys? It's just a cop. We didn't even do anything.
Journey's just over here rubbing her temples.
As it starts to like turn the corner, it stops and people start getting out and going to another business down the street. And Detective Sitwell is curious because he can't stop working. So he starts to walk up the road.
Dad, what did I just say about the coffee and you freezing to death? And
He's like, oh, it'll be fine, sweetie. We'll get the coffee in a second. Let's just check this out real quick.
what do you need to check out? They're just doing their normal everyday job.
He just keeps walking.
I'm gonna charge after it.
Okay, I guess we're doing this.
Yeah, but you guys round the corner and you see the sign for Siobhan's Sweets.
Yeah, I don't know a ton of details about what we're here for, so I guess gathering some information would be a great place to start.
True.
It's almost like you're investigating a mystery. You wander around the corner and Mr. Sitwell kind of like takes the lead, and we see a female officer starting to collect a statement from a witness, and she like turns around and sees Mr. Sitwell. Mr. Sitwell asks like, oh, hey, what's going on? We're from out of town. We were just wondering what happened with the situation here.
He's not even in uniform. You can't just ask these questions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Detective James Sitwell from Ellendale Police Department.
Do you think we could just walk up to people and claim to be police from somewhere else and it would just work?
That would be nice.
How's this cop gonna react to this potentially fake cop?
Yeah.
Mm, I think this cop looks Detective Sitwell over and then looks at the group of teenage to college students behind him and is like, she's like, yeah, this makes sense. Hi, Mr. Sitwell. Yeah. There's not a whole lot I can tell you right now. We've been having some mysterious break-ins recently, but I don't think that necessarily I can give you any more information than that. Don't worry.
Mysterious, you say.
Hope you enjoy your vacation.
Can I use minor celebrity?
Yeah. I mean, like roll it up, roll it up, my guy.
All right.
For this adult cop that probably does not watch supernatural clickbait. You never know.
She might be real into that shit.
Go.
Dab. Full success. While that's happening, can I sort of like walk behind a visual obstruction of some sort of corner or whatever and try to cast a magical investigative mystery?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Journey unceremoniously pushes her father out of the way and just walks up to her and is like, hey, so actually I'm actually working on a new video about this particular place for my YouTube channel, and I was wondering if I could have some more information about what's been going on here for the sake of my documentary series that I like to do.
Yikes.
And she kind of like looks you over and she says, "Oh, Sitwell. Oh, your Journey.
Yeah.
And this must be your dad.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't sit well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, is it okay if I like film? I won't get like people's faces or anything, but I just
Can I
I mean, I can eat your face if you want. You can be in the show.
And you like hand down to her her like badge, and I think like her name would be listed. I don't know anything about the police.
I don't know. Do they have name tags?
Can I just film this live investigation?
Yeah. Oh, it'd be so interesting.
I have the god power, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. What do you like? What is this character's name? What is this female officer's name?
Janet. Her name is just Janet. I don't bother asking for her last name. Everybody calls her Officer Janet.
Officer Janet. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Her name's Janet Johnson. Officer Janet. It's good for me. Yeah. I think that would be okay. We can't show you the crime scene, of course, but I'll be happy to help you out and let you know what information I can.
Sure.
I'm Officer Janet, by the way.
Oh, Janet. Yeah, nice to meet you. I can, if you... Huh?
No, I was gonna say, I'm for the record, I'm rolling.
There you go.
Yeah, don't worry about her filming. We'll fix it in post. We'll get rid of all the stuff you don't want us to have. In fact, you can help me with some of the editing process if you'd like. You can view the maybe final cut before we send it out and approve it for us. I can even put you in the credits. So, is there anything you can tell us about what's been going on here?
Well, lately, and you didn't hear this from me, of course.
Of course.
But lately we've had a string of break-ins here in town. But what's strange is that, like, Cheddar Bay doesn't really have a whole lot of crime. It's just about the 5 officers handling the town traffic and everything. We don't have a lot of misdemeanors really going on here.
Cheddar Bay doesn't really have a lot of anything.
She just like pointedly ignores you saying that. Then she just continues on. Yeah, what's really strange about it is just that only a handful of items have gone missing each time. They never take the cash register. They never take any of the technology or anything to pawn off. Just a handful of knickknacks, it seems like, have been taken. It's really quite strange.
So, like, what kind of knickknacks?
I'm sorry, I don't think I can tell you that right now. We're still pending on the investigation.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you wanted more out of this, you would have to roll manipulate someone. While you're figuring that out, let's shift over to Dan. And you wanted to use magic to investigate a mystery, yep?
Indeed.
All right. There we go.
Damn. We're nailing it.
All right, so how you doing this, my guy?
So I'd like to place my hand on like the corner of the building, like the brickwork, and make a little circle on it with my finger that just like glows purple. And then in the center, I draw a little eye, and then I like touch my forehead to it, and I'm going to try and figure out what happened here. That's my first question.
Okay. I think when you do that, you see from the building's perspective. So you see this large, like, lumbering form coming up the street. And it would be, like, all in, like, gray tones, I think. Like a black and white movie. And so you'd see this large, lumbering form come up the street, looking down at some piece of paper in its hand. And then stopping and turning directly in front of the shop. And then, like, reeling back and punching in the doorway.
Oh.
And then we see it step over the glass and slowly, like, look around inside, see something on the wall, take it, and then walk out and walk away.
All right.
Bigfoot.
Do I get
Bigfoot
like a reading on foot size?
That's kind of weird.
I don't think that there would be anything to tell you that information right now. I will give you do see like a puddle of water being left behind.
Wet Bigfoot.
Okay.
Yeah. Wet foot.
Wet foot. Can I ask, where did it go? Like, what direction did it head out after it left?
Yeah, I think once again from like the perspective of the building, you see like this large lumbering form like walking down the street, and it seems to be going just out towards the sea. Like we see it like get to the barrier between the beach and like the road, and it just walks like hops over that barrier and keeps going until it's out of sight.
Okay. I think after the vision ends, I like just like take a deep breath, come to my senses, look around, and then with a panicked look on my face, I kind of like quickly power walk over to Mordicai and say, "There might be a kraken."
Wait, for real?
I think there's a squid or something. How many do squids have hands?
You know what a squid is.
Well, I mean,
Not like the way Mordecai tells it.
technically.
Mordecai's been telling me, like, opening my eyes to the sea, and it's kind of fucking scary.
Squids themselves and like other cephalopods are terrifying. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, literally anything that is in an ocean trench does not look normal. So,
Did you know cephalopod means head foot?
yeah.
What fucking
What a
idiot?
fucking dweeb. Losers, fucking head foot ass.
We're out here bullying cephalopods.
Squidward ass.
Oh no.
Is the homeowner here?
Yeah, I think they would. I think they would be. That would be like the witness that they just finished giving the statement to.
I'm gonna ask the homeowner if I can burn here. If they ask why, I'm just gonna tell them it's a part of our investigative process. I have to be in the moment.
I have to be in the moment.
It's medicinal.
It's medicinal. I think Siobhan, the owner of the shop, just kind of like stares at you for a second and looks at you. This has to be a manipulate someone roll.
That's a full success.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Get away with this.
Okay. So, on a full success of a manipulate someone.
She gestures to a sign on the front of the bakery that was like, "All blazing welcome."
Okay.
Come on in and toast your buns.
Yeah, she's just like, yeah, I think I'll take some too, and walks in with you.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna do it right there in front of the police. I'm not even gonna go away.
Oh my god.
You're just gonna go step into the shop and kind of like look around.
I'm mingling with them, blazing up.
Okay, so do you want to do what do you want to do now that you're inside the shop?
Am I wearing the? I'm gonna say I'm wearing the glasses.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna investigate magical, weird chemtrails.
Oh, okay. Yeah, roll that investigate a mystery to see if you can see like a residue being left behind here.
Dan.
What is the sexuality of the local frogs?
Excuse me?
Are the chemtrails, are the chemicals in the ocean?
Making the frogs gay.
Yeah.
I'm
Making
gonna,
the frogs fey.
I'm gonna lean back and whisper to Dan as I blow out a nice silvery cloud. Yeah, I'm gonna look to see if the Kraken left some juice behind or something.
Gross.
Juice.
I hate this. Thank you.
I don't like that, and Dan does not like that. That's a full success for you investigating mystery, by the way.
Oh my god.
All right.
Where did it go?
Where did it go? I think.
Is there like a trail that's leading somewhere, or?
Yeah, I think that you like look down at the ground and you see the smashed glass, and inside of like through like the lenses of your sight spectacles, you see the like puddles of liquid, and they give off a slight like greenish glow. It's just water, but it gives off like a slightly different glow to it. Can like see that trail of like dripping water going down the road over like the beach and like down into the direction of like the docks and the beach.
Okay. And then I want to know, what was it going to do?
What was it going to do?
What was its intention?
I think you can tell by like the simple, because like this is forced entry.
Right.
But there's no intention to like take something and necessarily sell it, because like of all the things that were taken, like, or could have been taken, it was just this one knickknack on a wall. And I think you're going to have to ask either the owner or the police officer a little more so you can figure out what is going on with that and like what it even was. But you know for sure, like, this wasn't somebody taking something with the intent to like pawn it. It wasn't necessarily somebody breaking in to cause damage to the shop itself. So I think that's as much as I can answer based on like the information that you know right now.
So I'm gonna go up to the homeowner, which I hope she's enjoying what I gave her. If she's kind of evening out,
she's vibing.
Yeah. I'm gonna take off the glasses and in like a really weird official looking way, like it's my detective's glasses.
Oh my god, you do this fucking CSI Miami.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put back on my Valenti sunglasses instead of those investigative sunglasses, and then I'm gonna ask her. So what specifically was stolen? Oh my god.
Yeah, she kind of pauses for a second. She says, it's hard to kind of tell. There are so many things here. It looks like they took my plaque. They took my plaque for the Bay's Best Biscuits.
Oh, word? You got any of those biscuits now?
Oh, yeah. They just finished cooking this morning. I didn't realize that the door was broken before I finished up the morning bread, so I might as well share, I think.
All right, tell you what. Give me one moment. I'm going to go talk to my associates about what we're going to do. You go get those biscuits, and then here you can have this 8 for your trouble.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay, so let's go back.
Services.
Yeah, let's go back to Palmer and Journey.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking to Officer Janet.
I think Journey's just going to like tell the Officer Janet that she's gonna say like, okay, well, I'm gonna take a look. I haven't had food yet today, so I would love to get some bread or something. So we're just gonna, go help support a local business. But if you get any more leads, and she like hands her business card with like her business email. She's like, send me an email, and I'll show up right away. I got that on my, I got it ready on my smartphone to receive those emails with those hot leads.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever heard a human being explain the fact that, yes, I have the capabilities of checking my email on my cell phone?
Wait,
I think this is Journey showing a little bit of her dad's personality in herself.
So, Officer Janet, I have some new information that I need to ask you about.
Yes. Who are you?
That's not important. What is important is that I have new information. But also, my name is Mordicai. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you, Mordicai.
Mordicai, I thought you were wanting to go by Ishmael.
You can't see it, but I give you a wink behind my sunglasses, and I turn back to Janet.
Dan physically leaves this plane of existence.
For the second time in 3 minutes.
Yeah, Janet, you want to burn before we get into this, or?
No. I'm on the job. Thank you.
Yeah, me too, but who knows, man. All right.
Janet just like is steadily eyeing you.
2 questions. First, what's the word on these biscuits? Are they famous in town? Any competition?
Oh yeah, I mean the biscuits here at Siobhan Sweets are the absolute best. Everybody comes in every morning and makes sure to get that bread.
So she, is like known for these biscuits, but are there any others in town that you could please write down the addresses of for me so I can go sample them?
Yeah, sure. And she does it. She's like, oh yeah, you want to check out the local cuisine? And she just pulls out a notepad and like hands you a piece of paper.
You want to try the Arby's?
Yeah, dog. So, really, the reason I asked is that it would appear that the biscuit plaque has been stolen, so it could be kind of like a vengeance thing, So that's one piece of new information that I have, and then totally unrelated. Please think nothing of it. Is Cheddar Bay like a location of any like radioactive dumping or nuclear power plant or anything like that?
I think she just like is startled by this idea, and she's like, no. We don't have anything like that here. I don't even know where the nearest nuclear power plant would be.
Okay, please hold 1 second. Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Do we have a Geiger counter in the van?
Geiger.
I don't think so. We could buy one from the jungle.
I don't know what that is, but please hold. I turned back to Janet.
Find it on the Google.
I still don't know.
Yep. Yeah, that one.
Oh, Dan, I love you, buddy. Please hold. I turn back to Janet and I say, never mind. That's all.
She says, okay, well, I'm gonna go. And she just like leaves.
And I'm gonna shoot her a peace sign as she walks away. Deuces.
And Detective Sitwell just like kind of stares as she walks away and says, okay, well, that was strange, and just walks into the shop with you guys.
Dan, so with the glasses, I saw strange green glow around the broken glass leading outside. So we could probably follow the trail, but it's glowing. So I think maybe radioactive. We should avoid it. And they stole her plaque. The chick who's bringing us the biscuits right now.
The best what?
Biscuits, bro.
What is that?
I don't know, dude. It sounds delicious. Don't question it.
It sounds like a biscuit, but
I don't know if it's a scone or not, dude. Like, just snacks. You say no to a snack? Have I taught you nothing?
Yes. I mean, I'm wary around some snacks, but
that's my fault. But
yeah, it is.
I think Siobhan walks out from behind her counter with a tray of biscuits, and she says, "Okay, well, here you go. Thank you guys so much for trying to help. This is Cheddar Bay's best biscuits."
Sick.
Oh.
I eat it immediately.
I look around and I go, "Is there weed in this?"
Eat. You're being offered a gift.
I have a religious thing where I can't do any weed. Would this be doing weed if I were to eat that?
And Siobhan just kind of like looks at you for a second. She says, "Oh no, there's no CBD oil in this. Don't worry."
Unfortunate, but still delicious.
Okay, cool. Thanks. And I will eat a biscuit.
Munch.
Anyone else trying to burn? Palmer? Detective Sitwell?
He's like, no, I'm okay, son. Thank you.
Yeah, for now.
Oh, real quick. Siobhan, hi, I'm Dan. Do you have any enemies?
Oh, that's a good question.
Or have you been bothered, or do you know anyone who has been bothered by any supernatural entities, ghosts, krakens, zombies, werewolves, anything like that?
I do want to note that this conversation
Elder gods
is taking place in front of both this NPC that you are asking and also Detective Sitwell. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
That we'll have to deal with later.
Siobhan stops and thinks for a second. She's well, I don't have a lot of competition here. We all kind of split the deal evenly. The only other bakery in town is and now I have to come up with a name for a bakery.
How about Seabiscuit's Bakery?
Oh,
Seabiscuits is pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Let's go with Seabiscuits and the Applebee's. She's like, oh yeah, the only other competition I really have here in town is Seabiscuits and the Applebee's, but I'm really good friends with Dave and Tim, and they don't seem to have any bad blood there.
I think that Journey starts to cover her dad's ears at the sound of Applebee's because she knows that she
All
knows.
dads love Applebee's.
The Detective Sitwell goes, Applebee's? Oh, that's great.
Oh God!
We can go for dinner, honey.
Yay!
In my occult studies, I found one thing to be true. In every possible universe, all dads love Applebee's. That's it.
Journey, your dad is so cool.
Death, taxes, and dads loving Applebee's. That's it.
Yeah. Siobhan continues on. She's like, I don't know anything about any supernatural stuff. That's all fake anyway. You kids watch too much.
Yeah, right. But what if it wasn't?
Okay, Journey's just like, thanks for the biscuits. This was great. You're great. We should go. She turns to leave.
We'll be in touch.
Yeah. Should we give her a phone number or something?
No.
I can give her my business card again.
You can find us at the Applebee's probably tonight.
Yeah. Wait, so Journey, is your dad going to be tagging along for this one, or?
I hope not.
I mean,
wait.
Smiling.
She pulls Mordecai to the side and she's like, "What if we leave him at the Applebee's?"
that feels kind of mean, though, right?
But if we just, get him a lot of drinks and that endless what's endless at Applebee's? There's got to be an endless dish, right?
No.
Endless flapjacks.
Applebee's.
Sure. Then
they've got pretty good boneless wings.
it's boneless wings. Yeah. He'll be all set. He'll be fed. He'll be happy. And
But your dad's kind of cool, dude. The man loves taking breaks so much. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt in the middle of false winter.
you don't know my dad.
I'm telling you, dude, by the end of this, he can be quite a member of the team. Just wait till he meets Abby, dude. And sees a ghost or some shit.
I don't want to give him a heart attack.
That's
He's
cool.
old,
I mean,
know?
I can give him something for that.
Hey, he doesn't do the weed. He does not smoke weeds. He's a cop.
So? The other cop did, but she just wouldn't do it because she's on duty. He's on vacation.
She was just probably trying to be nice,
I mean, she was cool. Kind of, for bacon, but... Yeah.
Okay. So
Hashtag ACAB.
I imagine that it's around like probably one-ish now, and the world of Cheddar Bay is your oyster.
oyster jokes.
So
Oyster Bay.
I guess it's kind of up to y'all where you want to go next and what you want to look at.
I'm going to be real honest. I just spent the past 5 minutes scrolling through the Applebee's menu, and I got a little off track.
That's real.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's go to the beach. Beach.
Yeah, the beach sounds like
We're
sounds like the right direction.
We're going to the beach.
Cool. So you guys are heading that way. Do you want to go to the docks or do you want to go to the lighthouse? Is my question for you.
Well, counter question: is Cheddar Bay small enough to walk across, or are we hopping in the van?
I think it's a small enough town that you don't have to use the van so much. I think you have the van parked up at like probably the hotel that you're staying at.
The Motel 6. Yeah.
Yeah. Hotel,
Super
motel, Holiday Inn.
Holiday Inn.
Which is it, Jason?
We haven't named the hotel, although Tyler did give a good suggestion for the hotel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the Discord. What was it?
That's what I do.
Brighton's Dive B&B
Wow.
is pretty good.
I like that.
Mr. Sitwell, it's your vacation. What do you want to do?
Yeah. What does Dad want to do?
Yeah, I think Mr. Sitwell like pulls out a pamphlet of like things to do in Cheddar Bay.
Oh my god.
Of course he has the pamphlet.
He's like, well,
Your dad is so cool.
well, this pamphlet I got in the mail said, look at this, sweetie. There's a marina with the lighthouse, and there's like a nautical museum. That sounds fun.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. Nautical museum. What's a nautical museum?
It's a museum about ships and the ocean.
Oh.
Oh my god, your dad is so knowledgeable. It's amazing.
Why are you such a big fan of my dad?
Gotta
Okay.
respect the G. Who wears a
Journey's
Hawaiian shirt.
dad is really kind of rad.
Yes.
Oh, that's very good.
Okay, well let's go to the museum then, I guess. Let's look at some boats.
Yeah.
To the Nautical Museum.
The Lighthouse and Nautical Museum. So you just like you're walking along the road and you see this tall cylinder that you can see from every point in town with its red stripe like going around its body and everything, and you walk into the like rectangular housing like thing at the base of it. And it's just all like soft lights and warm wood and like models of ships and other seafaring gear along the walls. And the museum curator is there and she says, "Oh, hello. Welcome to the Cheddar Bay Museum of Cheddar Bay. We hope you enjoy looking around here." And so, yeah, you
She
see.
doesn't get a lot of customers, does she?
No.
I think Journey walks up to her and she goes, "Do you have any stuff on like urban legends or like spooky things? I'm doing a documentary for my YouTube channel."
And she's like, oh, urban legends. Oh, well, there's been a lot of history here in Cheddar Bay, and not all of it is interesting, but
I doubt that.
there's not a lot of supernatural folk tales around here. I mean, like, there's the typical thing of the Northeast, and you understand that. But
the Northeast being the Northeast, or like
I mean Northeast America, and like the ghosts and the strange happenings along the coast, just old seafaring tales.
Ghosts on the coast?
Ghosts on the coast, that's right.
Ghosts and
Can you
ghosts
tell the coast ghost?
coast to coast?
Yeah, Space Ghost.
Do
Coast
people
to Coast. I
ghost
love
them?
that show.
Cool.
But there's this rumor that's gone around here for a long time that the Fitton family, they're one of our big families here in town. But there was this rumor that how they got so wealthy in the first place was because old Hubert Fitton ripped off a pirate once and stole his treasures, and that was part of how they seemed to get all their wealth and fame after old Hubert came back from his travels on the sea. We have some things that substantiate that a little bit, but we've never had enough proof.
Do you have any of these valuable things in the museum?
Yeah, that's a weird question.
I mean, no,
That's like that one shirt that people talk about where it's like, I eat paintings when guards aren't looking, and then you wear that to an art museum.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That's good.
Yeah, and I think that she takes Journey over and starts walking her around and giving her the tour of the museum. Dan, Mordicai, and Palmer, what do you guys want to do? Detective Sitwell is loving this.
Is he coming with me on the
Oh
tour?
yeah, absolutely. He's just like, oh yeah, this is so interesting, and he like really likes looking at the ship models and everything.
Damn. I wanted to pair off with that.
I'm just. This is not looking very promising from a supernatural perspective. So she's just following Journey with the camera.
Betrayal is always something that ties into things. Do you have a room or something on the Fitton family where I can learn more about them and their exploits and escapades and betrayals?
Yeah, I think then like Dan, you would join on the tour. Palmer, I think what would be fun for you, you're like scanning the room with your camera, and out of the corner of your eye, you catch a kind of like haggard looking man starting to walk up the stairs into the lighthouse.
As potentially spooky as an old man in the lighthouse may be, she doesn't have reason to follow him unless Journey did.
I'm going to ask the curator if there's any information about submarines coming to Cheddar Bay or any shipwrecks in the area.
Okay. So I think that this would just like naturally come up over the course of the tour of Cheddar Bay. It's a rich natural history. So she comes along and she takes everyone as you're going. She says, and here are the rubies and the sapphires generously donated by the Fitton family for us to keep on display here. And these were some of the treasures that Mr. Fitton found at sea when he was out sailing back in the 1700s.
Legally sailing.
Yes.
And Journey turns to look at her, and she's like, okay, I have a couple questions just for, the purposes of research. One, how well are these protected?
I eat paintings when guards aren't looking.
I mean, we have state-of-the-art security here in our museum.
Mm-hmm.
Bulletproof, pressurized
Bullets.
glass,
We'll shoot you with
things like that.
Okay.
We take
So the name of this
the highest security that we can here.
Okay, great. Related to that note, did you hear about the robberies that's been happening recently?
Oh yes, the last couple of nights, some local places have been broken into. It's very unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate. You should probably keep an eye on your stuff. Do you know of anybody who's been, like, you know, eyeing these things a little bit too closely, or, you know, any particularly wet people? Or
She just kind of blenches at your questions. No, no one comes in super often, but I think between me and David, we have it handled. And she like taps her hip, and you notice that she has a gun on her hip.
oh, wait, is David your friend, or is David the gun?
She says, "Oh no, David Levant. He's the lighthouse caretaker."
Oh, good. Okay. I wanted to ask if I could meet David, but I was a little bit concerned at first about who David was. But now I know that he's a man. So could I meet David? Would that be okay?
Yeah, I'm sure that David would be maybe not happy to meet you, but he's probably upstairs tending to the lighthouse as usual.
Okay, wonderful. I think Journey is going to just completely abandon her dad and is going to head in the direction of the lighthouse.
Yeah, so like up the stairs in this room.
Yeah.
Is Palmer going with Journey? Because okay, cool. Because I don't want Journey to go anywhere alone. Due to
Journey being Journey.
the potential of tomfoolery and shenanigans. But if Palmer's with her, then that's fine.
Yeah, Mr. Sitwell and Dan and Mordicai are with Miss Brandt downstairs and taking the tour of the museum.
I'm keeping an eye out for disasters, spooky things, and details about the Fitton family.
And old
these
men
pirate
in lighthouses.
Yeah, if anything would come up about like an old man in a lighthouse, I'd probably jump on that because that sounds like a lead. Always a lead, old men in a lighthouse.
Yeah.
If something like that were happening, I would want to know about it, but there isn't anything like that happening, so.
So I'm gonna don the spectacles, and then I'm gonna try to stumble across something important. Oops.
Okay. I think that what happens when you oops it, you are going along on this tour, and you put on the spectacles, and you see like a soft like greenish glow around the rubies and sapphires in the case in front of you, and then you stumble backwards into a model of a ship. And she says, "Oh, no. Please be very careful of that. It takes a very long time to put those together and restore them, and we recently got that one finished."
What is it?
Oh, that's the model of the ship that was stolen from Cheddar Bay and back in 1717.
Dang, so it was lost for 300 years?
Yeah, it was taken, and noble Hubert Fitton tried to recover it, but was only able to bring back some of the treasures. It's a shame, because it was really just a beautiful ship, nice red wood. They called it the Red Lobster.
I'm
So they did. Well, it's been fun, guys. I'm going to have to be tendering my resignation. You can just spell my name right on the check, and this is it. No, go on. Red Lobster. Tell me about it.
It was a ship that was stolen in 1717, and Hubert Fitton recovered some treasures from that. And she says, "Oh yeah, and along with it, we managed to grab the ship's manifest, a list of all the treasures that Thomas was able to bring back with him." And she like gestures over to this like piece of parchment that's sealed in a glass case, Declaration of Independence style, and it is a well weather-worn list of items.
Do I see anything about any of these objects that seem to contain something magical, unseen, whatever.
Yeah, I think when you look at the treasures and you look at the manifest and you see that like familiar greenish glow on them.
Radioactive, just like before.
And now in roll 20, you guys should be able to look at a handout that is the manifest for the Red Lobster.
What?
Sword.
200 pieces of gold, 300 pieces of silver, a jeweled sword, silks, rubies, and sapphires.
This looks like the kind of thing that, like, if you asked a kid what a pirate ship contains. You know,
Dude.
like back in the day, the real valuable stuff was probably like 300 crates of spices from the
Right,
the Indian coast or something.
30 tons of tobacco.
Right?
Don't worry.
Gunpowder or slaves. Like that was it. Like they didn't have rubies or sapphires.
And that jeweled sword.
It's so good in parody.
That's going to come up.
Don't worry about it, guys, because this is just the main fest. It's not the whole thing. It's just the main stuff that people are excited about.
All right, well, I quit.
Right. Yeah.
I'm done.
I was going to say, Jason, I think your list is really bootylicious, so it's okay.
Yeah, so do they have like a celebration every year where they remember and commemorate the disappearance of the Red Lobster? Is it called Lobster Fest?
It is now.
So
Do they
this
serve endless shrimp?
is a manifest of what was on the ship when it disappeared.
No, it's
Yeah.
the manifest of what you brought back.
Yeah, it's a manifest of like what he brought back, essentially.
Oh, okay.
I do like how Goonies this is, though.
Yeah.
Very good.
Pretty great.
I've never seen Goonies, actually. Oddly enough.
Me neither, but I know it's like this.
Perfect.
Palmer and Journey. You guys are going up the stairs looking for this dude. I think you guys slowly like go up the steps, and what I'm imagining is like the first floor with the museum is all like natural like incandescent bulbs and warm wood and everything, and then like as you like make your way up the staircase, it's a metal staircase creaking into like the side of the lighthouse. So it's going up in like a spiral, and it slowly turns into like this white metal that makes up the outside of the lighthouse, and turns into like kind of a colder atmosphere as you like wander up and start spiraling up. And then you reach the first floor of this lighthouse, and you see a kind of haggard looking man overlooking a window out, like looking out over the beach and the docks.
Does he have legs?
He does have legs.
That's all I know to check for him. Sorry. He must be a totally normal human then.
Yeah, that's true. So she walks up to him and she says, "Hi, are you David?"
Oh, yeah. My name's David Levitt.
Hi, I'm Journey Sitwell. I have a YouTube channel. You might have heard of it. I mean, yeah, but basically, what I do is I talk about, interesting and potentially supernatural goings on in different places in the United States, maybe someday the world. And I was just wondering, there's been some weird stuff going on in this town lately, and I was wondering, do you know anything about that?
Know anything about the supernatural or the break-ins?
The break-ins, yeah, the break-ins. Do you know anything about the break-ins?
Well, you're not a cop, so no.
My dad's a cop.
Oh,
Do you want to talk to him?
I don't think I'd rather do that.
Oh.
That's to manipulate someone. That's a stone cold manipulate someone roll.
Please talk to my dad. Let me roll for you to talk to my dad.
My dad.
My dad. Here I go. Talk to my dad.
David Levitt sounds like one hard dude.
All right, so that's a mixed success. On a mixed success, manipulate someone. Let's see, they'll do it if you do something right now that shows them that you mean it. Yeah. I think that you've already kind of shown your hand with that of like, my dad's a cop and I'll go get him. And so I think that he's pretty willing to talk to you. He says, "Oh, yeah, no, don't need to talk to your dad right now. It's fine."
Yeah, he's probably busy looking at the ship models anyway. He's kind of a nerd.
Maybe I do want to talk to him though. But he just kind of blanches and says, he looks out the window and says, "The only thing I know is last night I saw somebody walking on the beach down towards the docks, and it must have been almost 1 a.m. at that point. Hardly anyone comes out there at that time. I was doing my overnight shift."
What did he look like? He, she?
I don't know. Large. Large. It looked like they were wearing a coat of some kind.
Okay. Like bigger than a regular person large, or like just a tall guy kind of?
It must have been pretty big, if I could see him so well from over here.
Fair enough. Where did he go? You said he went toward the docks, and then you couldn't see him after that, or?
Yeah, I just saw him wander off towards the docks, and then the beach line kind of curved, so I wasn't able to see him anymore.
Oh.
Although it was strange at first because he wasn't walking with a light, but it was fairly nice out last night anyway.
Okay. Was he carrying anything with him? Did he look like he was holding anything?
Not that I could tell.
Okay. Well, how long have you been here?
Oh, me? I've been here at the Cheddar Bay Lighthouse for 20 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah, you know this area pretty well. So, do you know about the stories with the Fitton family?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Fittons. They've done a fair amount of good for the town. They kind of keep to themselves for the most part. And it seems like they're okay. A bunch of rich pricks, if you ask me, though. They don't really do much other than sit in their house and enjoy their own wealth.
I see.
The rubies and sapphires downstairs, they were donated about 15 years ago by their father, but otherwise the current family doesn't really like being here.
Okay.
Necessarily.
So, has anyone ever tried to make enemies with them, or steal things from them, or hurt them, or anything like that? Have you ever
Like you?
like you?
No, not that I know of. No one in town really has that much of a reason to. They're rich, and they're not exactly the most friendly bunch, but they keep to themselves, and they don't really tend to cause problems for us too much, so nobody seems to really mind them. They're more annoying than harmful.
Okay, that's good to know. Well, I'm gonna be continuing my investigation of this situation, so if you hear anything, or if you get any good leads, let me know. Here is my business card with my email on it that you can send an email to me, and I'll check it on my phone immediately and come to your assistance if you need it. Oh, and by the way, the business card that she gives out is really just over the top cute. It's in the shape of a cat, and it smells like apples.
Awesome.
How do you make it smell like apples?
I don't know. How do you make Canadian money smell like maple syrup? I don't know.
Fantastic question. Scratch and sniff, baby.
It's a scratch and sniff business card.
It's probably the best smelling thing in his lighthouse. So
yeah, probably
old and musty.
Yeah, it's a business card that doubles as an air freshener, so he can just hang it up in his lighthouse.
That's actually a really smart idea.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah, then you always be looking at their info.
He takes the business card and says, "Oh, thank you. Yeah. If there's anything I can do for you guys, just let me know."
Sure, thanks.
The lighthouse keeper, David.
Mm-hmm.
I'm imagining like Oscar Isaac right now for some reason.
Who's Oscar?
So
Poe from Poe Dameron from Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Like Oscar Isaac
What
when
is
he
he
like
old?
really grows his beard out and it's
Yeah.
like kind of speckled with salt and pepper
Okay.
and everything,
Feel you.
and kind of like medium length hair.
Mhm.
That's my fan casting for this character currently.
he's a real dad. A real dad.
Yeah. This dude is a
Oh,
lighthouse keeper.
Well, hello, David.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mordecai Bridges
So
has
David,
a thing for dads.
Yeah,
David,
dude.
you spend a lot of time alone up on this tower, don't you?
Stop it.
How wet would you say you are, David?
My god.
Oh God, I hate everything that's happening.
Hey,
Must be like a
call
good
me
place
Ishmael.
What do you say we sail the seven seas?
It could be my Moby Dick.
Oh, shoot!
There it is.
How did that escape me?
How did Moby Dick escape? We'll never know.
Brute strength. Good luck. Being
Yeah.
a fucking whale.
I think the last thing that we see is you like hand your business card over to the lighthouse keeper,
Mm-hmm.
and then your phone starts buzzing. And you pick it up and you hear Officer Janet on the other line saying, Miss Sitwell, I think that you and your friends might want to see some of this. Come on up to the Fitton house."
Okay, thanks. We'll be there shortly. She hangs up.
Yep.
It's like, it should have been an email.